Hi guys, and welcome to this extra special Alakazam video blog. The time has come.
It has.
It has.
It's here.
It is finally here. In September, you may remember that we mentioned that we had filmed a good friend of mine, the Jack.
Yes.
And his DVD was going to be due out in December. Now, it's getting close. The actual release date, as far as I'm aware, will be around about the 14th of December.
Yeah.
So on this very special video blog, you're going to get the world premiere of the trailer.
Yeah.
And plus, while the Jack was over, we filmed an interview.
We did. So you're going to see the whole interview with him, and he performed one of the, I have to say, my favourite tricks on the whole project, but yeah, he performed it on us in the studio, so you're going to see that as well. So
yeah, that's, I must admit, when he showed us, because we went out for dinner with him the night before we filmed, and he was showing us a few tricks, and he'd done this one, and I loved the concept of it. Yeah. And I've come up with a way to do it, a really nice presentation for it that makes perfect sense to do it with a borrowed shuffle deck. So no matter where you are, you can borrow a deck, borrow a bit of paper and a pen, and you can do it. So we're going to film that. So if you pre-order this DVD, you will also get my version of it. I'm not going to go into all the drawer inside because that's on the DVD, but I'm going to teach you my premise, and I'm going to teach you how you do it with a borrowed shuffle deck and absolutely no sleight of hand. No switching, no forcing, no anything.
Brilliant.
Okay, so that will go into your account if you pre-order or order the Jack DVD. The other thing, while he was here, he filmed for us a routine for Screen Test Pocket Mega Pack.
Yeah, great little routine actually. So we filmed that, and we've got the explanation for it. So for everyone that has an own Screen Test, that's going to be dropped straight into your account. So make sure you've registered that product.
Okay, and also on this week's vlog, we've got last week's competition winner, and we're going to set this week's competition as well. So what should we do first? We've got a choice. Do we play the trailer? Do we play the interview? Or do we throw in the performance of the Screen Test routine?
Wow, I think people have been waiting for this, so I think we hit them now with the trailer. Let everyone see the trailer, and then we'll go into the interview. Right,
so this is the world premiere of Meet the Jack. Jorge Garcia, better known to many as the Jack, has performed and lectured in over 20 countries. He's a regular face on television in his native Argentina, and has been booked to perform at the world-famous Magic Castle no less than 6 times. On this, his first DVD, the Jack shares 8 of his favourite and most powerful mentalism creations and performance pieces, including to Lovecraft, Jorge's brilliant and acclaimed version of the classic Pegasus Page effect. Each effect is performed in front of a live audience, and together we dissect and explain every effect in great detail back at the Alakazam studio. My name is Peter Nardi, and it's time for you to meet the Jack. Right, so that was it. That was the trailer to Meet the Jack. So you can pre-order Meet the Jack now at our website, alakazam.co.uk. But now let's go on to, it's quite a long one. I think it's about a 20-minute interview, but we sort of delve more into, you know, the Jack's thinking, and he tells us about the DVD, about his performance and other stuff like
and
that.
Within the interview is the performance of the effect that I absolutely love as well. So
brilliant.
Let's go to that now.
Right, so we've been joined by my very good friend Jorge Garcia, better known to a lot of you guys as the Jack. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for me. Hello, how are you doing?
I'm very well, very good.
So the Jack I met around about 2 to 3 years ago in a great convention for mind readers that was held in Germany called the Mind Summit.
That's correct.
Where you were performing and lecturing. That's when I first met you, and I was really impressed with your stuff.
Thank you very much.
And since that time, we've kept communications going. You've released, actually you gave me a copy of this.
At that convention, I gave you the copy
at
of
Wine
book,
Summit.
yeah.
And that's the first time really I saw your work, and I love this book. So as you know, Alakazam stock list, it's called 7 Mysteries by the Jack. It's full of practical mentalism effects, but as well as the mentalism effects, you've got a section, sort of a theory section as well.
Yeah, my way of thinking about mentalism, how I build a show. I have many ideas. I have a couple of interactive ideas for some routines that I just created for a special show, a full interactive show.
Brilliant. And you've also got cold reading, a bit on cold reading in there.
Yes, I have a full chapter to teach you how to get into cold reading step by step, and it's a very easy way to start learning it, because it took me a lot of time to understand cold reading for real. I read a lot of books, I tried it many times, and I was failing after I was doing not good at it. So I discovered a way just to learn it step by step, to not to push myself too much, trying to remember a lot of stuff when I'm performing it.
Yeah.
So
I must say something as well, like from watching you, because you lectured last night while you were here as well,
Yeah.
and the information that you give across, I've learned, and it's very rare that you learn a lot in a lecture. Like if you've been in magic for a long time, you might pick up the odd bit. But the words of wisdom you had, and the structure behind your stuff and the stories and everything, it was one of the best lectures I've seen. And I'm not just saying that.
Okay, all right.
I'm not just saying that because you sat next to me. I actually went away and I'd learnt stuff.
Yeah.
So I haven't personally read this book, but if you've got a small bit of what you were talking about in your lecture in there, then it is worth the price of the book alone.
Yes, it is. There's a lot of ideas I have from performing mentalism on a stage. Doesn't matter if it's a small stage, it's at a home, if it is with your friends, or if it is in the corporate world. So
there was a real interesting point you were talking about stage presence and how to move on the stage, and you actually told us that you originally learned from a manipulator.
yeah, that's yes. My mentor was a manipulator, a very famous one, a very good one, and I was trying to be a mentalist. So for him, was at the very beginning was something weird, like okay, you want to be a mentalist, yeah, and this is what you do, yeah. Okay, I can teach you how to move on the stage. I can give you some ideas, and maybe you will be able to apply them. We did, and you have seen yesterday for sure how it works, and what are these ideas about rhythm, about movement, about making strong moves for the audience to make you look more a greater stage.
Make you look elegant on stage, but also you are commanding the stage, as they say. So you've got the stage presence there, and your movement and everything's really great, which you guys will see on the DVD as well, because we did film for the DVD. We filmed a live performance.
Yes.
So obviously this isn't your full show, because it's the routines that you've put on the DVD. So it was a show, but not your full stage show, if that makes sense. So you're getting all the live performances, but you're not going to see a show from beginning to end. You're going to see.
Yeah, it's not my actual real show. What I mean is, but what I can promise you is that all the pieces that are in the DVD, and you will notice that if you watch it, that are things that I do, or I have done for years. So. And what I mean when I do is in the real world, you will sense that immediately on each of the routines. Not in the right order I will do it in the show, because it was a special release. But even what I love about doing a real show as we did is that even if I have kind of thing that doesn't feel good with the spectator or whatever, I'm managing that thing. I don't mean I'm doing a mistake. It's because we are filming with real spectators, behaving as a real spectator on a show, and these are the things that happens to you guys when you're performing, and it's good for me to share what I do and how I handle each one of these things in real life. We didn't rehearse or prepare anything.
No, you just went in and you did it. But that's always the thing. Whenever I watch a DVD, I always want to see the live performance, because for me it's not only the trick. That knowing how a trick is done is one thing, that gives you the method, but how to perform it and how to get the reactions from it are not the gimmick. The gimmick don't get you the reaction, it's how you play it. And you can see a fantastic magician doing an awful trick and still get an amazing reaction because of the way he handles the spectator.
Yeah.
Yet you can get a terrible magician doing the world's best trick,
Yeah.
and it won't get any reaction. So watching a live performance for me personally is just as important as knowing how the trick's done, and that's why it was great to sit back and watch you. Now because my background is really mentalism, I watched your show with different eyes to Dave. And Dave, even though he knows about mentalism, he's not au fait with all the techniques. So every time you were doing something, he's looking at me sort of like
I felt new to magic again.
I can tell you one thing. I saw him. I saw him because when you are performing in front of the audience, everybody's looking. You may have 40 people looking at you each move you do, but you also looking at them.
Yeah.
So I was seeing him, watching him doing.
But it was refreshing in my point of view. It wasn't, here's a deck of cards, pick a card, I'm going to find it. It was really refreshing, and each of your things you could see you've worked here, but you could see that you had the structure, so it built, and then boom, you hit, and it was great. I just hope I recorded it. I was so drawn into it. I hope I pressed record, but it was very, very good.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the DVD's out soon.
Yeah, the DVD is coming out the first week in December. So, and on that you've got, it's 8 routines, isn't it?
Yes, it is 8 routines, and you will find routines that are for stage, for parallel situation, for close-up, for impromptu situations. You have a lot of them, of material, I think.
Yeah.
And all of them, I was able to perform them on a stage.
Yeah.
So they are this kind of routine you can perform everywhere. You can just add it on any kind of show you will do. And I'm also proud, because I love old mentalism style, that you can use. How big was my bag for the full show?
It was a tiny little bag.
Yeah, and it's all papers, envelopes, pencils, very simple stuff. The stuff you already have at home. And it's a real mentalism thing.
Yeah, because you travel a lot, right?
Yes. So I had to bucket small for real.
So your background at home, you're on television quite a bit.
Yes.
So you're on a chat show.
Yes. I'm once a week on a talk show. That's for 3 years up to now. And I'm like a special guest. I'm kind of guest, but I'm a special guest because they invite famous actors, actresses, singers, famous people. And I had just to perform something for them. I'm almost part of the team, I would say, of the weekly team, because everybody knows me after 3 years.
Yeah.
So, by example, I apply one thing that I can repeat each time I go there, because you will be thinking 3 years on TV, once a week, you run out of material. Yeah. Just how much material may you have that you really perform for a long time that you can use there. So I always perform, by example, co-reading some of the things that are in the book, and that's because I think that the most important thing on TV, by example, is not always me as a performer like Ego and the Mentalist or whatever. I will look good if I do something good to a very famous person, and what people care about at home is what this famous person is thinking of, or what this famous person cares about.
Yeah.
And sometimes I get some information that is really, really important, because I have an exclusive information.
Yeah.
By example, he's gonna think about his future, and this future involves a question that if he's going to get married with some famous actress he's dating now. And sometimes I get that information live on TV, and the host that is here, the real owner of the show, is like, what? And now he has a jewel on the show. This kind of things. And that's my background right now in Argentina, and I perform for the corporate world a lot.
Well, the interesting thing for me, so obviously we speak a lot, and especially when it was coming up to the DVD and when we were discussing it, and the thing that really impressed me was when you said you worked on television. There's so much mentalism at the moment that is propless mentalism, that is sort of hit and miss, and that stuff doesn't interest me. I need to know if I'm going to do something, I've got to have a hit. Now
Yeah.
I can veer off and guess at some stuff, but as long as I know I've got this hit here, what I do over here doesn't really matter.
Yes.
And the fact that you said to me that when you're on the TV show, the talk show, you don't know how much time you're going to get, because
never.
If a guest doesn't turn up, suddenly it's like, Jorge, do 20 minutes.
Yeah, that's correct. Sometimes that happens.
Yeah.
TV, it's everybody's about everything is about how many viewers are right now in the rating thing.
Yeah.
And so they change constantly because it's a live show. So maybe if I'm doing something that is getting a lot of attention, they will just say keep going.
Yeah.
Okay. Or if they need they want to go to a video and they can't do that in that moment, they say, okay, can you do something right now?
Yeah.
And you always have to be like,
Wow. So that's the thing that really impressed me, is that obviously all the stuff you have has to be surefire.
Yes.
And it's got to be stuff that you can just do.
Yeah, just that. Just go for it.
Everything you did in the show, you guys could put together. The whole show, you guys could literally cobble together in about half hour.
Yeah.
It was, and the good thing is as well, when you talk about stage presence and the way to frame things, and I'm a great believer in this, that the smallest trick can play to an auditorium full of people depending on how you frame it.
Yeah.
Now, if I get you to pick a card, you don't have to show the whole audience. As long as you acknowledge what's going on, they know. That's them seeing it, that's them understanding it. So, and it's great to see how you do that, because there are 2 card tricks, I think, on the DVD.
Yes,
one of them is an impromptu trick.
Absolutely impromptu,
that you do when someone says, show me something.
That's it.
The other one felt more like a stage thing, because it was a blindfold act with cards and 2 spectators, which was great. There's 3 tricks, because card tricks.
We're going to do one in a minute.
Yeah, we're going to do one. And this, you showed, we went out to dinner on Sunday and you performed it for us there. And the moment I saw it, I fell in love with this concept.
I know that.
It's one of those things where it's so simple, but you just think it opens the doors.
It plays huge.
You can
absolutely huge.
Every time I show this to some friends in Magic Board or whatever, and you are one of them, it's like you feel the enthusiasm.
Yeah.
With the colleague, you see like, oh, I have an idea for this, and I have another one, and you start this kind of a building thing, like, oh, and I have this one, and I have this one. I love that effect because of that with in the magical world. But it also plays great on the lay audience.
Yeah,
that's the simple thing. With the lay audience, it's about, we saw it in the filming, we saw in the show, and yesterday I was lecturing, and again we have this big reaction with it, and that's why I love it.
Well, you're going to do that for the guys at home.
Yes.
So what we'll do is we'll wrap this up here, but now we're going to go into a performance of Mind Trap. So remember, the 2 books are available now anyway. We've got To Lovecraft, which is Jorge's version of the Pegasus page, which is great, the best version I've seen, I'll say that. And the other book is 7 Mysteries, and obviously keep your eye out for the DVD Meet the Jack.
Okay, we're going to try a little experience here. It's not a little, it's a bigger one, I think. What if I ask you, Dave, if you are capable of memorizing a full deck of cards in 10 seconds, what would you say to me?
No, probably not.
Probably not. That would be impossible. You think it's impossible?
Yeah. He can't even memorise how many sugars I have in my tea.
All right. So that's okay.
Yeah,
but now,
be a challenge.
Now you will have a full deck of cards in plain view. Okay, you can see all the cards, and in a random order, because I shuffled before coming here today. Okay, I want you to count from 1 to 10.
Yeah.
And when you are ready, you tell me 10. Right? Okay. Good.
Yeah.
In the meantime, Peter, I will ask you just to think about the number between 1 and 52. Just think about that. Don't look at the deck, just think any number you
10.
wish. All right, you're ready. So you already have a number, Peter. So, what I need you to do, Peter, what I will do is, when I will be doing something with him, is you will just count that number you're thinking of, and you will push that card forward.
Okay.
Okay, can you do that for me?
Yeah, of course.
All right. By the way, which is the number?
12.
12. All right, let's try something. I need you to hold the pen this way, and I need you to hold the pad this way. I need you to put the pen in the center of the page, yes? Yeah. And when I tell you to start, you will start moving your hand all around the page. Okay. I don't want you to think about anything. I do not want you to think about a car, a tree. It's not about drawing something. It's about letting your unconscious mind work. Okay. So for that reason, you will look at the back of the room, and when I say start, you start doing it. And when you wish, you stop. Right. Okay. This is the car.
That's the car, Joe.
One moment. Which number were you thinking of?
12.
The number 12. If I was to ask you which card is the number 12 of the deck, what would you say?
I have no idea.
Because you are thinking with the logical part of your mind. Let's see what happened with the unconscious mind. Start drawing now. So for now, this is a mystery for everybody. You remember?
No.
Not at all. And you can stop whenever you want. Fantastic. Can I have the pen, please? Let's put it here. Okay. Does this have any information for you?
No.
No? For you, Peter?
No, it just looks like his standards of work.
All right. So for ladies and gentlemen, I can introduce you Pablo Picasso here next to me. All right, but you know what? This is something that was in your unconscious mind, and we have some information there. We don't just use it, but it's back there. Because you were not thinking about logically, just moving the pen all around this page. Let's try to find out if we can find some information in this piece of paper. All right. So obviously you started in the center of the page, but I can see that there are some shapes all around the page that will make sense to you and to you, Peter, in a moment. Okay. By example, you started doing this kind of movement in this area. Can you see on the left?
Yeah.
Yes. And I can see very impressively that there's this kind of line here.
Right.
This looks like what for you?
I guess a 2.
Okay, correct. This is like a 2 to you?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe for people at home, looks like a 2. And it was drawn by yourself.
Yeah.
Okay, but notice, in the center of the page, you just focus on doing a lot of moves.
Yeah.
A lot of crossing lines all around there. But look at this. And I'm drawing exactly what you did. Okay. So now there's some kind of information that's coming from your mind. Yeah. And I can repeat that all over the page. But we have a mystery right there.
Yeah.
A few minutes ago I asked you a question. If you were capable of remembering the whole deck in 10 seconds, you told me, no, that's not possible. And it was a free number.
It was a free choice, yeah.
And maybe right here.
That is wicked. Let me just show that.
Yeah.
2 of diamonds.
That's correct.
So technically, I'm gifted.
Yes, yes, you are.
I would class you as gifted.
Okay.
Right. So that was it. That's the interview with the Jack. Anyone that's ever seen him perform before, you'll know just how good he is. I mean, he makes his living just going around performing mentalism, and he's great, and he's such a nice guy. So for those of you that own Screen Test, preferably the Pocket and preferably the Mega Pack for this, this is Jack's take on Screen Test.
Hello guys, how are you doing?
Very well, thank you.
Okay, I know that you both are good friends.
Yeah.
Probably some weekends or sometime in your life you have been at the movies together.
We have, yes.
Yes, and you for sure had this discussion which movie to watch that day. I want to see this one. I want to see that one. Okay.
Normally I just do what I'm told.
All right. So. Okay. So here we have a packet with lots of movies. All right.
Okay.
Okay, this I want you to just to shuffle the packet, so to make sure that every movie is in a random order. Okay.
Yeah.
In a moment, you're gonna put the cards here, okay, and you're gonna cut.
Okay.
Some of them, all right. I don't have to see it, so we just cover my eyes. I promise I'm not seeing anything. Okay. You grab that packet, yes, and you will cut again that packet, and you will give some cards to Peter.
Okay.
You do not need to do anything more than that. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's do it right now. Just cut the packet, and you give something to
Yeah.
Some cards to Peter. And I can open. I want you to put the cards under the table.
Okay.
So I can just open my eyes. I cannot see anything.
Yeah.
I need you both to count how many cards you got. Not allowed, just in your mind. All right. Just go down there. Yeah. And please remember that number, because that will be your lucky number from now on, from this experience. So it's a random thing.
Yeah.
You got anyone, any amount of cards you don't know, and now you have a packet in your hand with some number.
Correct.
Okay. Please, Dave, collect the cards from behind, from Peter's.
Yeah.
Behind my back. All right. Give them a shuffle.
Okay.
And put the cards here. All right. So now we have a random quantity of movies here on the table, and you have a lucky number and you have a lucky number.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I will start with you, Dave.
Okay.
I will start showing you the cards one by one.
Yeah.
Right. When you will be thinking of this lucky number. When you see that number, that movie that corresponds to that number,
Yeah.
remember that movie.
Okay.
But I have to keep going until the end, because I don't have any clue about which movie that will be.
Sure.
All right.
Yeah.
So okay, ready?
Yeah.
Let's do this way.
Okay.
It's too fast to you, or
No,
it's
it's
okay?
great. That's good.
Oops.
Yeah. Okay.
You're following me really,
I'm
really
following
well.
you.
Yeah, it's like I'm going to hypnotize this gentleman in a moment. It's gonna sleep now. Okay, it was not such a good movie. All right.
Okay, cool.
So now you have a movie. It was a random movie. Okay.
I've got a random movie.
Okay. So now I will do the same with you, Peter. So you're
Okay.
thinking of a random number.
Yeah.
You will see the movie that corresponds to that number.
Okay.
Okay. That's correct that way. That's okay for you. And I'm going to hypnotize Peter right now. This is like an hypnosis trick, you know. Okay, remember that sometimes you discuss which movie to see.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
I've seen all of these.
Yeah. But you have plenty to choose from here.
Yeah.
Because you got a lot of cards.
Yeah.
All right, guys. In a moment, I will snap my fingers. When I snap my finger, both of you are going to name aloud the movie you have decided with this lucky number.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Back to the Future.
Well, now no discussion at all.
Very cool.
That is really cool. And believe it or not, that's totally self-working, and it's designed for use with the Screen Test Mega Pack.
Yeah.
The Pocket Mega
It's
Pack.
brilliant. So that's going to get dropped into your Alakazam account, so make sure you've registered this product. It's going to join the many other videos that have been added for Screen Test, because
Yeah.
there's just so much you can do with it. So make sure you check that out and register it if you haven't already done it.
Yep, so that's a freebie from the Jack to you. Now on to the competition.
Yes, so last week's competition, the question was...
I had been to the cinema and I'd watched a film called Something Beasts and Where to Find Them. And the answer, of course, was fantastic.
Was it a good film?
It was a good film. As I said, I did fall asleep, so I was very confused.
Ah, okay, fair enough.
But I didn't fall asleep because of the film. I was just really tired.
Fair enough. Well, look, I would just reveal the winner. However, I've had a lot of messages, emails, Facebook messages to tell me that I'm wrong to get rid of the jingle. So apologies to my friends out there who don't want the jingle, but it's going to be played. So the winner for this competition will follow this jingle.
Rigor Thompson.
There we go.
So congratulations, Rigor, you had the correct answer. So all you need to do is send an email into sales@Alakazam with the subject line stating competition winner.
Yep.
Inside the email, put your username, your Alakazam username, and we will deposit £25 worth of loyalty points into your account.
Perfect.
Okay.
Brilliant.
So this week's question for the competition is, over the years I've been associated with another mentalist. We have created products together. We're very good friends. Who is that other mentalist? Is it A, Michael Spellman, B, Martin Spellman, or C, Mark Spellman. Okay, so if you know who my friend is, I have got more than one friend. I'm saying it as if I've only got one. I've got at least 4.
Really? Is that counting me or not?
Yeah.
Debatable.
So, who is the mentalist that I've had products out with in the past? Is it Martin Spellman, Michael Spellman, or Mark Spellman? Just send your answer in sales@alakazam.co.uk. You don't need to put a letter, just put the name, and you could be lucky and win yourself £25 worth of loyalty points.
Perfect.
Now, I have thought of another little bonus competition.
Oh.
Now, this is going to be something that's running in the sidelines.
Yes.
Okay? If anyone comes up with a jingle that we play, now bearing in mind, we'll only play it once.
Right.
But if you come up with a jingle for our competition, send it in. If we use it,
Yeah.
you will get £25 worth of loyalty points. Now, bearing in mind, that could be every single week we might use a different one.
Okay, well, anything's got to be better. So,
Yeah.
I'm up for that.
Or worse.
Wow.
So, whatever it is, if we decide to use it, you will be paid £25 worth of loyalty points.
Okay, brilliant.
All right?
Yeah, good.
Okay. But that's going to be running in the background, so if ever you get the urge or the idea to do one, just do it. And if we use it, you get £25 worth of loyalty points.
Brilliant.
All right?
Yeah.
So that's really it for this week. One thing we did want to say is thank you everyone that hit that big thumbs up like button on YouTube.
Yeah.
Please, 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 if you can do it again this week, that will be great. Just keep doing it.
Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah?
Awesome. Thanks a lot, guys. Is that the end?
I think that's the end. Anything else we want to say? Yeah, subscribe here to our YouTube channel. Don't forget to press the big thumbs up. You can pre-order Meet the Jack as of now. The expected shipping date will be the 14th. And remember, if you pre-order it and order from us, you get free worldwide shipping on that.
Brilliant.
Okay, so you should have it in time for Christmas. And there's nothing better I like than getting a DVD for Christmas, because I know there's at least one day I'm alone and I get time to pop it in and watch it.
Brilliant.
Yeah?
Yeah, brilliant.
Okay, so that's it for this week's Alakazam Video Blog.
We'll see you next week, guys.
What are you laughing at now?
Nothing.
I know what you're laughing at, and it's very childish. So that's it, and next week we might have word on our next Christmas release. All right?
Brilliant.
Right, grow up.